Hey guys, Iceman here. Thought I'd do a quick follow-up video on the CA drop safety pin. This is the back of my burnt bronze standard Desert Eagle. As you can see, this is the firing pin stop. Here's the firing pin, back of the firing pin. Here would normally be that additional CA version firing pin stop. Now, as it's been described, from what we can work out now, which I think we've worked it all out together, is the hammer moves forward, making contact with this pin first, pushing it forwards and out of the way, because there's a notch in the side of this firing pin on the CA version, and after the hammer hits this and pushes this pin in, it disengages it from the hammer, allowing the hammer to then make contact with the back of the firing pin and push it forward. It is a drop safety only in the respect of if the pistol is dropped with the hammer back, it will not go off because of the inertia of the firing pin. Whether or not having the hammer dropped onto these, just sitting resting against these two pins, will still allow. I don't think that there's enough. Well, that's not true. It's an interesting point. If the hammer is sitting here and it's resting on these two pins and it's dropped on the hammer would naturally push this pin in, allowing this inertial firing pin forward. So I think that would fail that test, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Is anybody willing to drop their CA version on the ground for us to let us know if it works or not? Only kidding. So anyway, that's how that seems to work. I'll just turn over this slide so you can see underneath, guys, so you can see what mine looks like. So that's the underside of my slide, and as you can see, I'll try and get in nice and close. You can see I still have not got the two milled areas like on that other photo. I don't have them, they don't look the same. Here and here, and if you look in here, for the people who are trying to work out how the normal safety works, is that's the slot there at the top of your trigger bar goes into, and both sides. So when you push the safety on, this cams down, this section here, and pushes down on those two horns that are built into the frame and part of the trigger bar, and disengages the trigger bar from the sear. And also in this process here, it blocks the firing pin up inside the front of the slide. For wire, mate, if you're trying to get this apart, you want to be pushing your stabilizer, bolt stabilizer guide pin there in, and then pushing the bolts in like that, and you can see the bolts in place. And that's after you've taken out the firing pin stop and removed the firing pin. Obviously the safety needs to be in the off position for this to work, and then you can push that in like that, and then you pull that pin out, which is the guide pin out, which will release this slowly, making sure that you don't let go of this here, because it will fly out in this direction because it's under spring tension, and away you go. So there's the bolt on my, there's a nice close-up of the bolt. This has only had about 100 rounds through it from factory, but you can see a nice close-up there of the firing pin hole, ejector and extractor, which often can break because it is held in place down the back here by a pin, but there's also a polymer spring under there. So I hope that was of some help again.